Good afternoon, Eastern North Carolina, and thank you so much for joining me for this WNCT Now Digital News Update. I'm Emily Severidge, live in the WNCT Digital Studio. Let's go ahead and get right into some news. North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper visited Greenville today. Cooper and his team visited the mass vaccination clinic set up at the Greenville Convention Center. The governor also spoke on the state of North Carolina amid the pandemic. He got to speak with Greenville Mayor PJ Connolly, along with some of the people who are getting vaccinated at the site. If you missed it, here is some of what Governor Cooper had to say.
Look like North Carolina's population. That's one of the benefits of a vaccine clinic like this that is reaching out to our underserved communities. I'm really proud that we did something that was bold and visionary, and it was tough at first. We built our own database in North Carolina so that we could know the race and ethnicity of every vaccination, every person who receives a vaccination. And we did that because we knew that you can't tackle a problem unless you can see it. We see the data of where these vaccinations are going. Therefore, we know what we need to do, and we know who's being left out. We were recognized by Bloomberg as having the very best transparent data in the country, close to 100% of knowing race and ethnicity of everybody who receives a vaccination. The CDC has just put our state in the top 10 in making sure that we are equitable with our vaccinations. That's our motto, fast and fair. And that's what we're doing. Right now, over 27% of our adult population has at least received one shot. We're on our way to getting our population vaccinated. We're very pleased to see a decline and stabilization of that COVID data that I look at and study every single day. I know Dr. Cohen and her team does, and to see our hospitalizations today dip to 970, less than 1,000 people in the hospital statewide, seeing our ICU numbers go down, seeing our percent positive stay around and today below 5%. All of that is good news.
Governor Cooper has also ordered all United States and North Carolina flags at state facilities to be lowered immediately to half staff. This is to honor the 8 victims who lost their lives on Tuesday after a gunman fired shots into 3 Atlanta area spas. Flags will be flown at half staff until sunset on Monday. President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris will visit Georgia today to offer their support to the Asian American community. The president's trip to the state was planned before the shooting as part of a victory lap at selling the benefits of the recently passed coronavirus relief package. Now, Biden and Harris will meet with Asian American state legislatures and other community leaders about racist rhetoric and actions against Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders. Vice President Kamala Harris is the first person of South Asian descent to hold national office. The White House has confirmed that President Biden will also meet with Georgia voting rights activists. Now, this has been a hard week for Asian Americans around our nation. Our sister station in Austin, Texas is digging into reports of racism and asking what outlets did these victims have?
Obviously are very deeply saddened by this, right? I think some of us are very angry.
This is Haley Easley. She's the executive director of the Austin Asian Community Health Initiative.
A lot of us are feeling fear to do just our day-to-day tasks.
Since the coronavirus pandemic began, the City of Austin's Equity Office has seen a surge of anti-Asian racism locally. So we became curious when we saw this page on the City of Austin's website to report these types of incidents, but the city now tells me there was a lack of a response. In a separate conversation, Easley told me some people may be less likely to make a report. She says, for example, their English may not be that great, or they may not know who to call. As for incidents investigated as hate crimes, we looked through Austin Police Department data. In 2019, there were 12 reports. In 2020, there were 33 reports. This year, 1 so far. But over 3 years, none of those reports involved victims of Asian descent. Achi is now directing individuals to use the national reporting form at this website, Stop Asian American Pacific Islanders Hate. Easley added that stopping this behavior is a community effort.
I would also like to see more bystander interventions. I think that would make Asian Americans feel really supported and just a little safer in the community.
Their data is a little more concrete. Last year, Stop AAPI Hate received more than 70 reports of anti-Asian American hate in Texas. 18 of those were in Austin. Kevin Clark, KXAN News.
Well, it is Friday, so heading into the weekend, we can expect some of those temperatures to slowly start to boost up into the late next week. Storm Team 9 meteorologist Alex Wasylenko has that weekend forecast for us.
Happy Bowtie Friday, everybody. I'm your Storm Team 9 meteorologist Alex Wasylenko, reporting from the WNCT studios in the Storm Team 9 Weather Center. Matchy today. We're talking about some showers moving through, also some cooling temperatures, and the biggest weather headline of all today, very strong northerly winds gusting upwards of 30 to 50 miles per hour. That's going to help to drive in some extra water to our coastal and soundside communities. It's going to result in minor to moderate flooding for those soundside and coastal communities today and straight through the weekend as well. Temperatures this afternoon will continue to plummet back down into the 30s to low 40s by the end of the day. Do be sure you're bundling up and having that umbrella on standby until the showers clear later this evening. By the overnight into early Saturday morning, it's more of the same. Clouds are filtering through. There will be some peaks of sunshine and continued cold temperatures. We'll sink back down to near freezing to start the day on Saturday and then rise back into the 50s by Saturday afternoon. That's still well below average for this time of year and certainly not how we should be feeling on the first day of spring, which is also on Saturday. Download that free Storm Team 9 weather app today so you can track all the latest changes as we head into our new season of spring. Going forward through the next several days, those temperatures, they get a good boost as we go through next week. 60s and a few 70s on the board as we go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and even into Thursday. But as we continue to warm up, those precipitation chances start to increase, especially midweek next week and into Thursday. But as we look at the short term, that weekend forecast going to feature a bit more clouds along the coast and minimal shower chances as an area of low pressure gets stuck down to our south and will continue to churn up those Atlantic waters for the Carolina coast, resulting in some dismal conditions there. However, for the most part, I think we'll remain dry this weekend. The pick of the weekend certainly going to be Saturday for the coast, Sunday farther inland as we all get our own doses of sunshine at different times this weekend. Make it a wonderful weekend and do your best to enjoy the spring weather as the first day of spring arrives on Saturday at 5:37 a.m. Make it a fantastic Friday, everybody. I'm your Storm Team 9 meteorologist, Alex Wasylenko.
Why experts are saying you should not post your COVID vaccine card on social media, and a heartwarming story of the power of music. All of that coming up after this short break.
Severe weather can make life difficult, especially here in the east. Dropping temperatures, school closings, freezing rain, ice and snow.
Gusty winds over 20 miles an hour.
A freezing fog advisory is in effect.
Chief Meteorologist Jerry Jackson and his team of weather experts keep you ahead of any storm.
And this rain shield continues to pump in.
Storm Team 9, keeping you safe in severe weather.
Thanks so much for joining me. If you're just tuning in, I'm Emily Severage, live in the WNCT Digital Studio, bringing you some afternoon updates. WNCT is bringing you live streamed updates every Monday through Friday at 1:30 p.m. and 4 o'clock p.m. to bring you the latest and up-to-date news before our 5, 6, 10, and 11 nightly newscasts. As more people get their vaccines, you may have seen people posting their vaccine cards on social media, saying that they got their shot. But experts say sharing your COVID-19 vaccine card online could become a breeding ground for fraud. Each vaccination card bears your name and date of birth, something experts say is a great starting point for criminals trying to steal your identity. Other than that, the card lacks number codes and other identifiers unique to you. Experts say that makes these cards extremely easy to forge because there's no way to track the accuracy and validity of the card. Experts also warn posting your vaccine card could give criminals the opportunity to steal your second dose if they see that you've only gotten your first. Heading into a heartwarming story out of Pennsylvania. When a 5-year-old girl was having bad dreams, she turned to music for some help. Her and her family live in Huntington County, and never did they think a chorus from more than 3,000 miles away would step in and come to our rescue. Our sister station reports.
When the clock hits around 8 p.m., you'll find 5-year-old Roslyn listening to music before bedtime. She sings along to the lyrics of this lullaby, created just for her. A choir from more than 3,000 miles away comes to the rescue of a little girl having trouble sleeping.
It was just the nightmares were really creepy, and I start thinking it was real, but it really wasn't real.
Wave to him.
Roslyn seemed to find some peace through music. Especially this song on YouTube, a sea shanty sung by the Bristol Man Chorus in England. For some reason, it helped her fall asleep.
So we thought maybe we could thank them and then maybe ask if they could record some kind of a personalized goodnight message that we could play. It was a long shot, but we heard back within minutes.
Hi Rosalind, this is Sam from the choir. I'm very glad that you liked our video.
Sam started the choir with his wife. When he heard about Roslyn, this comforting bedtime message turned into a little more.
Roslyn, Roslyn, sing good night. I didn't really mean to write it. It just popped into my head complete.
So it was an immediate response, almost like it was meant to be.
Came out whole, just as a simple response to a little girl's need, I guess.
This is the first song Sam has written in 25 years. Roslyn's lullaby now being sung by his choir. Complete strangers, making sure a little girl always has sweet dreams.
For us, magically, to have been able to do this by just doing such a small thing, but from so many thousands of miles away, it's beyond words. It's a real honor for us all. You know, choked me up.
Hey, where's Sam?
We can all learn something from music.
That was Sam.
It can bring us together no matter the distance.
All I wanted out of this was, oh, you're welcome, kind of a response. And we got so much more.
It's really important that people understand that there are great people still out in the world doing great things for total strangers.
This tiny tune is inspiring people across the world.
Thank you, Sam.
It's a song Roslyn will have forever.
Bye.
And a reminder of her newfound friends from across the pond.
Good night.
Night, night.
Sweetest dreams, Roslyn.
Take care, little one.
Well, that's going to wrap up this WNCT Now Afternoon update. I'll be back again at 4 o'clock with another update for you, so be sure to stay tuned for that, and thank you so much for watching.